From being a founding father to now being a full-time content creator, Benjammins is crushing it with content. He started this journey to share his passion of gaming through clips, and now he's turned it into a full-time career with an entire team that helps him create content today. Let's go and take a listen to his story and see how he got there.
It's definitely more of a stepping stone process. I mean, today I don't feel like I'm much different. I just maybe changed my mindset a little bit on what the video concepts are, but I just try to think outside the box and try to relate real world unique ideas or something that's a really funny concept I'd see in another video and try to incorporate that into gaming. I don't think my content's the funniest, but if I can make a few people smile, then that's honestly my goal. It's just trying to get something that makes people curious or makes people say, oh, this is a little different than your normal gaming content. And that's what I really try to go for. It's really hard to describe that process in words because you can have a random thought while you're in the shower or while I'm in the, I don't know about you, but I take a 3-hour shower every single day because that's when I get my best ideas. I'll just lay there. A good idea will just come out of nowhere. You don't know where or when, which is almost scary because you don't really know when that next viral idea is going to hit. I guess the biggest thing that helped me out was just making a really detailed, organized log of all my ideas and then structuring it more instead of just doing bullet point notes.
Do you then have just a whole list of ideas that you try and go through and just throw it all at the wall with it? Was there anything that as you were going through is like, oh, this I could kind of make it into a series, like this is a staple format?
Me personally, I get scared of series ideas because I don't want to pigeonhole myself into a certain idea. One series, I only did 3 videos that went ultra viral. It was me looking into the future in Warzone. And so it was similar to That's So Raven or one of those. And I have a vision because I've been time traveling in real life, so why not incorporate that into Warzone? And that just absolutely blew up across the internet. But the thing was, I didn't want people to associate me to just that video series. I tried to either sprinkle it in, or if you're going to do a series idea, I would say just sprinkle it in. Don't make it your main content because then people are just going to watch you or want to watch you just for that specifically.
Well, how did you even build up the skill to create the videos, to go out there and to do this, I guess? Is this something that's always been with you? You mentioned you're working 80 hours a week even before this in the first place.
I would say it's a mix of a bunch of different skills that have to compile into being a content creator. So video editing, public speaking, improv. I like doing videography a little bit on the side for the past decade or so. So I knew a little bit about Final Cut and Premiere. So I'd play around with that in my free time. And then obviously once it became more quote unquote my job, then I just study and watch YouTube videos, calling the other founding fathers, whatever it must to try to get the job done. But a lot of people try to outsource that too early. And I think editing is the one thing, at least for a starting up content creator, to learn yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to really know why a video did better than another video without you kind of diving deep into the editing process. As
well as just the skill set that you build on another one. Maybe it took you a while to build that, but now you have that to curate and create something for something else. And to that point, something can go so viral, even if it's just one post, it can go insane.
The things I've learned just in the gaming space, because there's way more competition, I feel like, in the gaming space than there are in other categories, just because more people want to sit down and play video games and then post their content. You have to be more unique or faster with your edits. You have to know better hooks. You have to know all these different shortcuts, whereas maybe a car channel or maybe a channel in a different niche, because they're more niche down, they don't need to have those skill sets in order to go viral more often. So they don't learn as much related to what they need to do for video editing and stuff like that, because they're already going viral. Why would they need to learn something like that? That's why, when I see a lot of gaming creators pivot to a different niche, they blow up right away. Like Starbucks, who pivoted to soccer and other content, he blew up right away because he took his knowledge in gaming and pivoted to something else entirely.
And you mentioned you brought a couple people with you to the event, you hired cameraman, whatever. How has your team kind of changed? If you do have a team that helps you with whether it's the graphics, do you do everything yourself? Have you brought anybody on, or what's been the expansion on that front?
For me, short form, a lot of my short form, I just still edit myself. And if it's something that's a viral idea and I know I can knock it out and make it a good edit versus taking that risk with having to train an editor or to have someone do it for me. Long form, I have a couple new individuals that I'm currently training on learning what has Benjammins all about, what edits work, what edits don't. And then I have a videographer that is in a different state entirely. So he'll only do major things with me. But that's another step, is that I want to find a videographer that is in my area, so I can do more real life stuff whenever and whenever I want to, because that's one good thing about a content house is that you have multiple individuals that can do certain things. Maybe you have a quick video idea that requires 2 or 3 people. I can't really do that. I'm essentially a retiree in a nursing home. So just living by myself, don't really have too much help outside of just the outsourcing from editors or the videographer.
And so what are kind of like the next goals that you're moving towards?
Yeah, so I've taken a step back. I haven't posted too much short form content as much as I obviously probably should be, but I've been focusing, studying a lot on AI as of the last couple months. And so I've been essentially, instead of constantly going through the cycle of trying to find people to help me out, I've gotten to the point where I have these gigantic prompts that I can just plug into, ChatGPT, and it'll instantly know everything about me and my style and, how I talk, and it'll instantly write a script that leans toward more of a viral script instead of just plugging, write me a script about X, Y, and Z, and then trying out like a really basic script that wouldn't do good on YouTube. So I've been playing around with that a lot. So I'm going to try, by the end of the year, I'm going to try to incorporate a few of my AI tools and see how that works in terms of trying to optimize that workflow. And then on top of that, just focus really hard on trying to produce long form that I'm proud of, that it doesn't necessarily have to be gaming, but it could be gaming. I want to do gaming intertwined with big real life ideas. So for example, I don't want to say the idea, but there's a couple ideas that are viral worthy that I want to do in terms of the logistics. I've tried one of the ideas and it failed just because there's so many layers that of either like approval and stuff like that for things to get done. But I feel like one day that if you have a big enough name, then people, obviously it's easier to say, oh, I'm so-and-so with this channel, then they'll be more willing to do stuff.
What do you think is kind of the most impactful thing that you would want listeners to take away from it? Or what advice would you give to people that are out there?
If I had to choose one piece of advice, maybe have a better hairline than me, first of all. It's getting very far back. I would say just constantly try new things. I know I said that earlier in the podcast too, but that's just a really important approach, to always try something new, even if it means getting less views on a video. And don't be scared to try something. That goes back to, would I do a video that gets me 1 million views every time and just do the exact same thing and then just have to post that video then every time to feel like I'm doing something successful with my career? Or can I just post anything, and as long as I feel like I'm making good content, then I don't care how it performs. Always care about, do I like this video, and never care about the actual video performance. Take the video performance to help make better videos in the future, but it should always be about, am I making a quality product, not, oh, is this getting views? Never chase the views, always chase the quality products.
If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to follow our guest Benjammins. Also give it a like, and we'll see you next time.